My friend, if you are listening to these words, it is because somewhere within you, there is a feeling of incompleteness, a sense that your life could be far more than it is today. Perhaps you awaken each morning with tasks to complete, appointments to attend, obligations to fulfill, but at the end of the day, you are left with a gnawing emptiness. You feel capable of greatness, yet you are uncertain of where to direct your energy. You may pursue multiple projects simultaneously, beginning each with enthusiasm, only to abandon them when resistance arises. This pattern is familiar to the majority of mankind, and I assure you, it is not the result of laziness, nor lack of intelligence. It is the result of the absence of a definite chief aim, a purpose so clear, so compelling, that it organizes your mind, your time, and your actions. I have spent decades studying the lives of the most successful men and women of my era. I have interviewed industrialists, inventors, financiers, and pioneers whose achievements shaped the world. I examined their habits, their daily routines, their failures, and their triumphs. And I discovered one principle that united them all. They possessed a definite chief aim, a purpose so singular and unwavering that all their thoughts and energies aligned with it. Before wealth, recognition, or influence arrived, they had clarity of purpose. This clarity is the difference between a life of frustration and a life of achievement. You may have desire, my friend, but desire without a clear definition is merely wishing, and wishing alone never built fortunes, never developed industries, never created lasting impact. Most people drift through life reacting to circumstances, responding to events as they appear, taking direction from opinions and social expectation, rather than defining their own course. They confuse activity for progress and movement for achievement. A man who moves without purpose is like a ship at sea without a compass. He expends energy but goes nowhere meaningful. Your mind is the captain of your ship. Your purpose is the compass that directs it. Without it, your energy disperses in countless directions, your efforts scatter, and your life drifts without form. With it, your mind becomes a focused instrument, your actions gain momentum, and your everyday contributes to your ultimate vision. When I was young, I too wandered. I moved from job to job, assignment to assignment, seeking opportunities, chasing advancement, hoping for success without defining what success truly meant to me. I was ambitious, yes, but I lacked direction, and vague ambition produces vague results. It was only when I committed myself to a single, definite aim, the study and teaching of the principles of success, that my life took shape. That decision organized my thoughts, my reading, my associations, and my daily habits. It eliminated confusion. Confusion is the child of indecision. Indecision is the enemy of purpose. If you rise each morning without a clear objective, the world will impose its agenda upon you. Employers, friends, society, even circumstance will dictate the direction of your energies. You will work tirelessly, yet advance nowhere meaningful. You will accumulate experience, but not mastery. You will spend decades and look back with regret, asking, why did I achieve so little compared to what I could have? The solution is simple, though it requires courage. Define your purpose. Write it clearly. State what you will accomplish, by when, and what you will give in return. Read your statement daily. Imprint it upon your mind with emotion and belief. Visualization strengthens the subconscious mind, guiding it to seek opportunities that align with your aim. A definite chief aim energizes thought, focuses attention, and directs persistence. Most men and women fail not because they lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity, but because they lack definiteness. They pursue multiple aims without focus, yielding a life of inconsistency. They quit at the first sign of resistance, interpreting temporary defeat as a signal of incapacity. They allow the opinions of others to influence their decisions. They permit fear to dictate action. But a man with a burning purpose interprets defeat differently. He sees it as instruction. He analyzes it. He adjusts, and he persists. Obstacles do not halt him, they instruct him. Temporary setbacks are not reasons for surrender, they are tuition paid for mastery. Persistence is sustained by purpose, and purpose requires decision. Decision is the starting point of all achievement. The successful reach decisions promptly and change them slowly. The unsuccessful reach decisions slowly and change them quickly. Why? Because they are swayed by fear, by doubt, by the opinions of others. And this fear is often self-imposed, the fear of making the wrong choice. My friend, drifting is far more dangerous than choosing incorrectly. A chosen path may be adjusted, improved, and refined. But a life without direction cannot be corrected, it merely wanders. Consider the magnifying glass under the sun. When the lens is unfocused, the sunlight scatters harmlessly. But when focused on a single point, it ignites flame. Your mind is that lens. Your purpose is the focal point. Focused thought generates energy, scattered thought produces only fatigue. Action without focus is effort wasted. Effort without purpose is squandered potential. Your purpose must be strong enough to command sacrifice. Comfort will resist your aim. Friends may misunderstand your commitment. Doubt will whisper alternatives. But growth demands courage. Fear must be dominated by your purpose. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the mastery of fear through clarity of aim. Many ask, how do I discover my purpose? I answer, begin with desire. What stirs you deeply? What problem would you devote your life to solving? What achievement would justify years of effort? Your aim must be meaningful, compelling, and so definite that it directs every choice, every action, every thought. When you write it down, your mind takes it seriously. Your subconscious begins to organize experience, attention, and energy toward this aim. Visualization, belief, and persistent effort combine to create momentum that is unstoppable once begun. But without writing, without definition, without belief, momentum never rises. Remember, the world rewards clarity. The world respects decisiveness. The world follows those who know where they are going. Indecision repels opportunity. Drift attracts disappointment. Time, my friend, is the most precious commodity. Each day we are granted 24 hours. Those hours are squandered if you lack purpose. They are multiplied if you possess it. Every hour aligned with your chief aim compounds into extraordinary results. Every hour spent drifting dissipates potential. My advice is simple. Choose today. Define your chief aim. Write it. Believe in it. Act on it persistently. Let no obstacle deter you. Let no criticism weaken your resolve. Let no temporary defeat convince you to abandon the course. Discipline your mind, guard your habits, and focus your attention. Do this, and the scattered fragments of your life will begin to unite into power, direction, and achievement. Persistence grows from purpose, and purpose produces mastery. This is the secret that I have observed in all those who achieve extraordinary results. They do not stumble blindly, they do not drift passively. They know what they want, and they commit fully, adjusting as needed, persisting until attainment. And so I say to you, my friend, the lack of direction you feel is not permanent. It is temporary, pending your decision. Choose, commit, persist. The power that will transform your life exists within you, waiting for your instruction. As we continue, I urge you to understand that having a definite chief aim is not merely a suggestion. It is the foundation upon which every achievement rests. Many individuals think that success is a matter of chance, of circumstance, or of talent alone. Yet I have observed that the most intelligent and capable people often remain stagnant, simply because they have not chosen a clear aim to guide them. Their intelligence without direction becomes a wasted resource. Their talent, without focus, becomes a source of frustration. To rise above mediocrity, you must fix your mind on one central purpose. A purpose so compelling that it organizes your every thought, shapes your habits, and compels consistent action. Without this, the mind drifts like a rudderless boat on a turbulent sea. You may possess energy, you may possess skill, yet if these are scattered, they will fail to produce results commensurate with your potential. A definite chief aim functions as the compass that converts energy into action, action into habit, and habit into results. It allows you to measure progress, to align daily decisions with long-term objectives, and to evaluate opportunities through the lens of your purpose. Every choice you make must be filtered through this lens. If it does not serve your aim, it must be postponed or refused. This is not a matter of rigidity, it is a matter of strategic clarity. Consider the countless men and women I have studied. They all exhibited a common pattern. Early in their lives, they committed to one major objective, dedicating thought, time, and energy toward its achievement. They did not waver at the first sign of resistance. They did not abandon their course because of temporary failures or criticism. Instead, they persisted, learning from every obstacle, adjusting their strategies, and maintaining a steadfast belief in their eventual success. I have seen young men and women of modest means rise to positions of extraordinary influence, because they refused to drift. Conversely, I have witnessed the highly educated and talented remain trapped in mediocrity, because they never chose one central aim. This is the difference between achievement and stagnation. Definiteness of purpose. The mind, when directed by a definite aim, becomes a powerful magnet for ideas, opportunities, and resources. Your subconscious mind is an obedient servant. It does exactly what you instruct it to do. If you provide it with clear, specific, and emotionally charged instructions, it will search for ways to fulfill them. But if your instructions are vague, scattered, or inconsistent, the subconscious will act inconsistently, and the results will be equally fragmented. This is why writing your purpose is essential. Take pen to paper and describe precisely what you wish to accomplish. Include the time frame, the benefits you intend to generate, and the sacrifices you are willing to make. State it in the present tense, as if it has already been achieved. Read it aloud each morning and night. Visualize it with clarity. Feel gratitude as though it were already yours. By doing this, you impress your aim upon the subconscious mind, which will then work tirelessly, often invisibly, to create conditions for its fulfillment. Yet purpose alone is insufficient. You must combine it with persistent action. There is a common misconception that success is primarily a product of luck, innate intelligence, or opportunity. These are secondary factors. The true catalyst for achievement is persistent, intelligent action guided by a definite aim. Without action, thought alone will not produce results. Without purpose, action will be unfocused and wasted. Persistence is the ally of purpose. The most significant barrier to success is not failure, but the tendency to quit too soon. Temporary defeat is a teacher, not a verdict. When you encounter obstacles, analyze them, extract lessons, adjust your plan, and continue. This process separates the truly successful from the aimless dreamers. Let us speak now of fear, which is the enemy of purpose. Fear manifests in many forms. Fear of poverty, fear of criticism, fear of failure, fear of uncertainty. All these fears paralyze the aimless. But the man or woman with a definite chief aim measures fear against the magnitude of his purpose. When purpose outweighs fear, action proceeds. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it, and this mastery is achieved through clarity of aim, repeated action, and unwavering commitment. You may wonder how to discover your purpose if none is yet apparent. Begin with what excites you, what provokes deep interest or concern. Consider the problems you would devote years to solving, the achievements that would justify consistent effort, the contributions you wish to make to others. Desire alone is insufficient, it must be converted into a precise and actionable objective. Write it down, refine it, commit to it fully. Consider the law of compensation. The universe rewards value, wealth, influence, and opportunity flow to those who render value to others in alignment with their definite purpose. Therefore, your aim should not solely be personal gain, it must involve contribution. Seek to serve, to solve, to create, to improve. When your purpose aligns with value creation, persistence becomes effortless, and resistance diminishes. Time is another critical factor. Every human is granted 24 hours daily. How those hours are spent determines the magnitude of achievement. Without purpose, time dissipates in distractions, idle conversation, and unproductive activity. With purpose, time becomes sacred. Every minute is leveraged toward results. This is why people who possess clarity of aim accomplish exponentially more than those who drift. They compound the effect of their actions over time. Furthermore, association is essential. Your mind absorbs the habits, beliefs, and attitudes of those with whom you spend the most time. Surround yourself with individuals who support your purpose, who exemplify persistence, discipline, and clarity. Distance yourself from those who ridicule ambition or promote mediocrity. Your environment influences your subconscious mind. Protect it, curate it, strengthen it. Now understand that obstacles are inevitable. Every meaningful endeavor encounters resistance, criticism, failure, unforeseen circumstances. They are all part of the journey. But those with a definite chief aim interpret these obstacles differently. They see them as guidance, as lessons to refine strategy, as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. The aimless, by contrast, see obstacles as reasons to quit, as confirmation of inadequacy, and they retreat. You see, the quality of your life is determined not by circumstance, but by the definiteness of your aims, and the persistence with which you pursue them. Energy without direction dissipates. Effort without purpose stagnates. Mind without aim wanders. But mind, energy, and effort directed toward a singular, well-defined objective produces results beyond imagination. I urge you to begin now. Identify your aim. Define it. Commit to it. Execute daily. Adjust when necessary, but never abandon your purpose. The moment you decide to drift is the moment opportunity passes. The moment you define a clear aim, opportunity begins to seek you. Your thoughts, your actions, and your subconscious mind converge. Momentum builds. Progress becomes inevitable. Remember, the world does not reward indecision. It honors clarity. It recognizes persistence. The universe conspires for those who act with purpose. This is the principle upon which all achievement rests. Those who grasp it rise. Those who ignore it wander. As we continue, let me impress upon you the significance of self-discipline in the pursuit of a definite chief aim. Discipline is the bridge between purpose and achievement. Without it, even the clearest purpose remains an idea, impotent and unrealized. Many individuals fail not because they lack vision, but because they cannot consistently govern their own actions. Each day presents choices: to act toward your purpose or to indulge distraction. Success favors those who choose the first repeatedly, without hesitation, without compromise. The disciplined mind selects thought and action according to principle. It avoids idle chatter, unnecessary entertainment, and distractions that scatter energy. It prioritizes tasks aligned with the chief aim, no matter how tedious or challenging. Habit, as I have studied, is the mechanism by which discipline transforms thought into consistent action. Repetition converts effort into instinct, instinct into skill, and skill into mastery. Therefore, self-discipline is not a punishment, it is the engine of freedom. The disciplined individual is free to pursue what matters most, unimpeded by the chaos of fleeting desire or idle whim. Consider the mind as a garden. Thoughts are seeds. Without deliberate cultivation, weeds, negative, aimless, or frivolous thoughts overrun the fertile soil of opportunity. Discipline is the gardener, clearing the soil, planting seeds of definite purpose, and nurturing them until they flourish. If you neglect the garden of your mind, your potential will be overrun by weeds of distraction, fear, and indecision. If you cultivate it daily, your thoughts will produce harvests far beyond imagination. Many ask, but what if I fail? What if I am not capable? I say this: the fear of failure is the natural companion of any ambitious pursuit. Yet failure, when approached correctly, is a teacher. Temporary setbacks illuminate flaws in plan, gaps in knowledge, or weaknesses in character. They are not verdicts of incapacity, They are instructions for refinement. Persistence, fueled by purpose, transforms each setback into a lesson, each obstacle into a stepping stone. The aimless, however, interpret the same events as proof of inadequacy. They quit, they drift, they accumulate regret. It is essential to understand that persistence without purpose is futile. One may toil tirelessly, yet without direction, energy dissipates. One may labor long, yet achieve little. The productive life begins with the union of definiteness of purpose and sustained effort. This is the law of success. Its power is universal, and it is impartial. It favors no race, no gender, no circumstance. It responds solely to clarity, focus, and action. Now let us consider belief. Belief is the fuel of action, the force multiplier of persistence. The man or woman with a burning purpose must cultivate belief in the attainability of that purpose. Doubt is a parasite that feeds on hesitation and fear. Faith, when backed by action, converts uncertainty into momentum. You must believe in your aim, as though its realization is inevitable. This does not imply arrogance, nor does it ignore obstacles. It simply recognizes the principle that the subconscious mind acts upon the instructions it receives, and belief fortifies those instructions. You may feel uncertain of your exact aim. This is natural. Clarity develops through reflection, experimentation, and introspection. Begin with what excites you, what commands your attention, what problem you would devote years to solving. Define it broadly, then refine it. Do not delay action while seeking perfect clarity. Action clarifies. Decisions create insight. Movement toward purpose illuminates the path. Furthermore, association shapes achievement. The mind absorbs the habits, attitudes, and beliefs of those with whom it is most closely aligned. Surround yourself with individuals who embody persistence, clarity, and success. Distance yourself from those who ridicule ambition, propagate doubt, or indulge mediocrity. Your environment is a force multiplier for your subconscious mind. Guard it carefully. Curate it wisely. Consider time, the great equalizer. Every individual is granted the same 24 hours, yet the output of those hours differs vastly. The person with a definite chief aim uses time as an instrument, aligning every action, every conversation, every moment of thought with the pursuit of purpose. The aimless fritters time, distracted by trivialities, until years vanish unnoticed. By directing attention and energy toward a single, clear objective, you multiply the effectiveness of every hour. Compounding operates not only in finance but in effort. Consistent, directed action accumulates into extraordinary results. Now, let us discuss adversity. Adversity is inevitable. Every meaningful pursuit encounters obstacles. Criticism, rejection, and unforeseen events will appear. Yet those who possess a definite chief aim interpret adversity as instruction. They analyze the situation, extract lessons, adjust strategy, and persist. Those who lack purpose interpret adversity as a signal to abandon effort. Their potential remains unrealized, and frustration accumulates. The disciplined individual plans for adversity. He anticipates resistance, prepares contingencies, and maintains focus regardless of external conditions. Fear, doubt, and criticism are neutralized by the clarity of purpose. His belief acts as a shield. His persistence acts as a weapon. His aim is the compass that guides every action, ensuring that even under pressure, energy remains focused. I must emphasize the importance of visualization. To impress your purpose upon the subconscious mind, you must imagine it realized with vivid detail. Visualize your success. Feel the satisfaction, the pride, the joy, as if it has already been attained. Emotion charges thought, converting it into action. Without visualization, purpose remains abstract. With it, purpose gains momentum. Do not underestimate the role of sacrifice. Achieving a definite chief aim requires giving up lesser pleasures, trivial distractions, and some comforts. This is not punishment but prioritization. Every minute spent on triviality is a minute stolen from purpose. Every choice must be measured against your aim. Decide which actions will contribute and which will detract. Discipline your daily routine accordingly. Let us now consider the compound effect of daily action. Consistent effort, repeated without deviation, produces results beyond expectation. The scattered, inconsistent approach produces negligible outcomes. The persistent, directed approach transforms ordinary talent into extraordinary achievement. Each day you act with purpose, you lay a foundation for future success. Each day you drift, you weaken your potential. The difference is cumulative. Finally, recognize that contribution magnifies purpose. Wealth, influence, and power are byproducts of value rendered. Tie your aim to service. Seek to improve the lives of others, to solve problems, to create meaningful impact. When purpose aligns with contribution, motivation strengthens, obstacles diminish, and persistence becomes effortless. In conclusion, my friend, the lack of direction you feel is temporary. It exists only until you choose. Define your chief aim. Commit to it fully. Persist through obstacles. Discipline your mind. Surround yourself with reinforcing influence. Visualize your success. Act daily, and the scattered fragments of your life will converge into power, momentum, and achievement. The universe favors clarity. The world respects decisiveness. Opportunity seeks the persistent. Begin now, for the delay of purpose is the delay of power. As we proceed, let me emphasize the transformative power of a clear, burning purpose. Many individuals drift through life, performing tasks without conscious thought, reacting to circumstances instead of shaping them. This aimlessness is the root cause of frustration, mediocrity, and regret. You may possess remarkable talents, extensive education, or abundant energy, yet without direction. These gifts remain underutilized. Your mind, like a stream without banks, disperses its energy in every possible direction, and your potential dissipates. A definite chief aim gives structure to thought, coherence to action, and alignment to your daily life. When you define your purpose, every choice becomes easier. You know which paths to follow and which to avoid. Time, energy, and resources are no longer squandered in triviality. Your decisions become deliberate, and your actions deliberate. This clarity separates those who achieve greatness from those who wander endlessly. The first step is introspection. Ask yourself, what problem, if solved, would give my life meaning? What contribution could I make that excites me, energizes me, and sustains my interest over years? What achievement would justify the sacrifices required for mastery? These questions are not trivial, they are the foundation upon which your future is built. Once you identify your aim, write it down. Express it in precise terms. Include what you will achieve, by when, and what you are willing to give in return. Reading this statement daily imprints your purpose upon your subconscious mind. Visualization, reinforced with emotion, strengthens belief. Your subconscious mind is a powerful ally. It acts upon the dominant thoughts impressed upon it. By providing a clear, emotionally charged directive, you direct its energy toward your purpose. Without clarity, your subconscious wanders, generating opportunities inconsistently and producing results that fall short of potential. Persistence is the lifeblood of achievement. Temporary setbacks are inevitable. Every endeavor encounters obstacles, but persistence allows you to extract lessons, refine strategy, and continue relentlessly. Those without purpose, faced with similar challenges, interpret obstacles as proof of incapacity and retreat. Persistence, fueled by a definite chief aim, transforms resistance into opportunity. It converts obstacles into stepping stones and lessons into wisdom. Self-discipline is essential. Without it, even the clearest purpose fails. Discipline is the habit of directing your energy consistently toward your aim. It involves resisting short-term distractions, maintaining focus despite boredom, and prioritizing meaningful efforts over temporary pleasure. The disciplined mind organizes tasks, schedules time, and chooses companions who reinforce its purpose. Habit, repeated consistently, transforms action into instinct, instinct into skill, and skill into mastery. Fear is the greatest barrier to action. Fear of failure, fear of criticism, and fear of the unknown paralyze those without purpose. Yet fear is conquered when purpose is strong. Courage does not require absence of fear, it requires mastery of it. When your purpose is definite, fear loses power. You take action despite uncertainty. You embrace challenge as a teacher, and temporary setbacks do not derail your progress. Now, let us examine the importance of association. The people with whom you spend the most time shape your beliefs, habits, and attitudes. Surround yourself with individuals who embody persistence, discipline, and clarity. Seek companions who reinforce your aim, who challenge you to improve, and who provide constructive guidance. Distance yourself from those who ridicule ambition or promote mediocrity. Environment is a multiplier of your subconscious influence. Guard it carefully. Time management is equally crucial. Every human receives 24 hours per day. How you utilize those hours determines the magnitude of your results. Without purpose, time dissipates in triviality. With purpose, each hour becomes an instrument of progress. Compounding effect occurs not only in finance but also in effort. Consistent, directed action accumulates, producing exponential results. The individual who masters time achieves far more than the aimless, regardless of talent or education. Belief magnifies action. The individual with a clear purpose must cultivate unwavering belief in its attainability. Doubt weakens effort, faith strengthens it. Your belief activates your subconscious, which then generates ideas, solutions, and opportunities aligned with your aim. When belief and action combine, momentum is created, and success becomes inevitable. Without belief, even persistent effort yields limited results. Let us consider adversity. Obstacles are universal. Criticism, rejection, and failure are inevitable. Yet the purposeful individual interprets these as guidance. Lessons are extracted, strategies adjusted, and persistence maintained. Those without purpose retreat in the face of adversity, accumulating regret and frustration. Success is reserved for those who continue when others quit, who see obstacles not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for growth. The law of contribution cannot be ignored. Wealth, influence, and power are the result of value rendered. When your aim is connected to meaningful service, persistence is effortless, obstacles diminish, and achievement is multiplied. Self-interest alone may produce temporary results, but enduring success arises from contribution. Align your purpose with service, and the universe responds with opportunity. Consider focus as a magnifying glass. Energy scattered in many directions loses power. Energy concentrated on one objective generates intensity and heat. Your mind, when focused, becomes a powerful instrument. Your actions, when aligned with purpose, create momentum. This is the secret of extraordinary achievement. Ordinary people expend effort without accumulation. Focused individuals accumulate results exponentially. Daily routines shape destiny. Every morning, review your purpose. Visualize it realized. Plan the day's actions in alignment with your aim. Each evening, review accomplishments and adjust strategies. By doing so, you reinforce clarity, discipline, and persistence. Habits are created through repetition. Repetition produces consistency. Consistency yields results. Without daily attention, even the clearest purpose may drift into obscurity. Now, consider the cumulative effect of learning and application. Knowledge alone does not produce success. Knowledge applied with focus and persistence transforms life. Each idea, each lesson, each insight must be channeled toward your definite chief aim. Otherwise, it dissipates as idle curiosity. The purposeful individual converts knowledge into action, action into habit, habit into skill, and skill into achievement. Finally, recognize that the power of your mind is limitless when directed by purpose. Thoughts shape action, action shapes habit, habit shapes character, character shapes destiny. A life without aim is fragmented, reactive, and unfulfilled. A life with aim is coherent, deliberate, and productive. Your choice is yours. Drift in confusion, or focus with intention. Every day without purpose is a lost opportunity. Every day with purpose advances your life toward fulfillment. In conclusion, my friend, the lack of direction is temporary. It exists only until you decide to define your aim. Decide now. Commit fully. Persist daily. Discipline your mind. Surround yourself with reinforcement. Visualize your success. Act consistently. The universe honors clarity, persistence, and decisive action. Begin now, and watch the scattered fragments of your life converge into extraordinary achievement. As we move deeper into this discourse, it is essential to grasp the profound importance of definiteness of purpose in shaping character. Your thoughts, repeated consistently, determine habits. Habits form your character. Character governs your destiny. Every action, small or large, either strengthens your purpose or weakens it. Without a clear aim, actions become scattered, character becomes inconsistent, destiny drifts. With purpose, each action compounds, reinforcing strength, discipline, and achievement. Many people fail to recognize that a definite chief aim is not static. It evolves as knowledge, experience, and insight develop. However, it must always retain clarity and focus. It is not merely a vague ambition. It is a precise declaration of intent, accompanied by detailed plans and a timeline for accomplishment. The mind craves clarity. When given it, the subconscious mind aligns with your objective, generating ideas, opportunities, and strategies previously unseen. Confusion, by contrast, dissipates energy, stifles creativity, and fosters frustration. Now, let us discuss the relationship between desire and purpose. Desire is the seed from which purpose grows. Without desire, purpose lacks fuel. Yet desire alone is insufficient. It must be channeled into a definite aim. A vague wish produces minimal results. A strong, well-defined purpose, backed by desire and action, produces extraordinary outcomes. Examine your own life. Which desires have been strongest? Which have led to focused efforts and tangible results? Use this insight to define your chief aim. Decision is the catalyst for achievement. Hesitation, doubt, and procrastination are the enemies of purpose. The successful act promptly and decisively. They evaluate circumstances, consider options, and then commit fully. The indecisive are paralyzed by fear, influenced by the opinions of others, and easily distracted. Choose decisively. Act deliberately. Refine your approach as experience teaches, but never abandon your aim because of temporary obstacles. Persistence, reinforced by belief, converts action into results. The most successful individuals are not necessarily the most talented, they are the most persistent. They encounter obstacles, yet each challenge strengthens their resolve. They analyze failure, extract lessons, adjust strategies, and continue. Those without purpose abandon effort at the first sign of resistance, interpreting setbacks as proof of inadequacy. Persistence is not blind stubbornness, it is intelligent, unwavering effort aligned with purpose. Consider the role of imagination. Your creative faculties are fueled by clarity of aim. Ideas emerge, solutions appear, and opportunities present themselves when the mind is focused on a definite objective. A wandering mind produces random thoughts, a purposeful mind produces actionable ideas. Visualization of success, combined with emotion and belief, activates the subconscious mind, which then orchestrates circumstances to bring your aim closer to realization. Time, as I have emphasized, is a non-renewable resource. Every individual receives 24 hours daily. Those who achieve greatness leverage every moment, aligning thoughts and actions with their chief aim. Those who drift squander hours, wasting energy on trivialities and distractions. Compound effort multiplies over time. Daily, consistent, purposeful action transforms ordinary capability into extraordinary accomplishment. Environment exerts profound influence. The company you keep, the media you consume, and the physical spaces you inhabit shape your thinking and habits. Associate with individuals who embody clarity, discipline, and persistence. Distance yourself from those who ridicule ambition, who spread doubt, or who indulge in mediocrity. Your surroundings either reinforce your purpose or undermine it. Guard them carefully. Fear is natural, yet conquerable. The fear of criticism, the fear of failure, the fear of the unknown, these are common to all who pursue significance. Yet fear is powerless when confronted with purpose. Courage is mastery of fear through commitment to a definite aim. The more compelling your purpose, the less fear can influence your actions. Courage, then, is not absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. Action is the instrument of achievement. Knowledge without application is wasted. Reflection without execution is fruitless. Every insight, every lesson, every idea must be channeled into action aligned with purpose. Daily, deliberate action produces habit, habit produces skill, skill produces achievement. Without action, purpose remains abstract. With action, purpose manifests as reality. Contribution magnifies achievement. The world rewards those who render value. Wealth, influence, and opportunity flow naturally to those whose purpose includes service to others. Pure self-interest produces limited and temporary success. Purpose connected to contribution creates momentum, generates opportunities, and attracts allies. Seek to improve, to create, to solve, to enhance the lives of others. When your aim aligns with service, persistence becomes effortless, and obstacles diminish. Let us now consider focus as a magnifying lens. Energy scattered in many directions loses intensity. Energy concentrated on a single objective produces extraordinary results. Ordinary individuals expend effort without accumulation. Those who focus consistently multiply their efforts exponentially. Every thought, every action, every minute must be aligned with purpose. The disciplined mind enforces this alignment daily. Daily routines determine long-term success. Begin each day reviewing your purpose. Visualize its realization. Plan daily actions that advance toward your chief aim. Conclude each day reflecting on accomplishments, adjusting strategies as needed. Repetition strengthens habit. Habit strengthens discipline. And discipline yields results. Neglect daily attention, and even the clearest purpose drifts into obscurity. Finally, understand the law of momentum. A definite chief aim, combined with consistent action, persistence, and belief, creates unstoppable momentum. Obstacles appear, yet the purposeful individual converts them into lessons, stepping stones, and guidance. Indecision, procrastination, and distraction dissolve. Progress becomes inevitable. In conclusion, my friend, the lack of direction you feel is temporary. It exists only until you choose to define your aim. Decide now. Commit fully. Persist daily. Discipline your mind. Surround yourself with reinforcing influences. Visualize your success. Act consistently. The universe honors clarity, persistence, and decisive action. Begin now, and watch the scattered fragments of your life converge into extraordinary achievement. As we reach the final part of this discourse, let me remind you that the journey toward a definite chief aim is both personal and transformative. You are not merely pursuing success in the superficial sense. You are shaping your mind, your habits, your character, and ultimately your destiny. The absence of direction is temporary. It is a condition that exists only until you define your purpose and commit yourself fully to its attainment. Once you do, every aspect of your life aligns toward this aim, and you become unstoppable. Every great achievement in history began with a single, clear, and compelling purpose. The inventors, the entrepreneurs, the visionaries I have studied did not stumble into success. They deliberately chose their path, committed to it, and persisted relentlessly. They understood the power of definiteness. They knew that indecision breeds confusion, and confusion dissipates energy. They recognize that clarity of aim transforms thought into action, action into habit, habit into mastery, and mastery into achievement. Your mind is a powerful instrument. Left undirected, it wanders, producing fleeting ideas, inconsistent actions, and scattered results. When focused on a definite chief aim, it becomes a magnet for solutions, ideas, and opportunities aligned with your purpose. Your subconscious mind, guided by clarity, organizes circumstances in your favor, but without direction, it acts aimlessly, and the results of your efforts remain unpredictable, inconsistent, and often disappointing. Let us reflect on the nature of desire. Desire is the seed of purpose. Without desire, purpose lacks energy, but desire alone, unchanneled, produces little. Only when desire is transformed into a clear, specific, and emotionally charged objective, does it become a force capable of shaping your life. Identify the desires that excite you, that stir your imagination, and that provoke persistent action. These are the starting points for defining your definite chief aim. Decision is the catalyst for transformation. Hesitation is the enemy of progress. The successful decide promptly and adjust slowly. The indecisive delay, vacillate, and allow fear and opinion to dominate their choices. Make your decisions with clarity. Commit to them fully. Adjust as experience instructs, but never abandon your purpose because of temporary difficulty or criticism. Persistence is the lifeblood of achievement. You will encounter setbacks. You will face criticism. You will experience temporary failure. Yet these challenges are not punishments, they are tuition. Each obstacle teaches. Each difficulty strengthens. Each temporary defeat clarifies. Those without purpose interpret the same events as reasons to quit the purposeful. Use them as stepping stones. Self-discipline is the engine that drives persistent action. Without it, even the clearest purpose remains unrealized. Discipline is the habit of directing effort consistently toward the aim. It involves resisting distraction, prioritizing what matters, and aligning daily routines with your objective. Through discipline, action becomes instinct. Instinct becomes skill, and skill produces results. Fear is natural, yet conquerable. Fear of failure, fear of criticism, and fear of uncertainty paralyze the aimless. But the purposeful individual confronts fear with clarity of aim and belief in possibility. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the mastery of fear through commitment to a definite chief aim. Your aim, when strong and compelling, overshadows fear, motivating action despite uncertainty. Association shapes thought and habit. The people you spend time with influence your beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors. Surround yourself with those who embody clarity, persistence, and discipline. Seek guidance from mentors, peers, and communities that reinforce your aim. Distance yourself from those who belittle ambition or encourage mediocrity. Your environment is a multiplier of your subconscious influence. Curate it carefully. Time is the ultimate resource. Each day provides 24 hours. How you invest those hours determines the magnitude of your life's results. Without purpose, time dissipates in triviality. With purpose, every minute becomes an instrument of progress. Compounding occurs not only in finance but in effort. Repeated, directed action produces extraordinary outcomes over time. Those who master their hours achieve far more than those who drift. Visualization strengthens belief. Imagine your purpose realized. Feel it vividly. The pride, the satisfaction, the impact. Emotion charges thought and activates the subconscious mind to seek alignment with your aim. Without visualization, purpose remains abstract. With it, purpose gains momentum. Each day, reinforce the image of success in your mind, and let it guide your actions. Contribution amplifies achievement. True success is measured not only by personal gain, but by value rendered. Purpose connected to service multiplies results. The universe rewards those who improve lives, solve problems, and contribute meaningfully. Align your aim with contribution. Seek to create, improve, and serve. When your purpose serves others, obstacles diminish, persistence strengthens, and opportunity arises. Focus is a magnifying lens for energy. Dispersed effort is ineffective. Concentrated effort produces intensity and results. Every thought, every action, every decision must align with your definite chief aim. Ordinary individuals waste energy on trifles. The purposeful accumulate results exponentially. Focus daily. Enforce clarity. Eliminate distractions. Your mind is a magnet. Direct it deliberately. Daily routine shapes destiny. Begin each day reviewing your purpose. Visualize its realization. Plan actions aligned with your aim. Conclude each day reflecting on progress, learning, and adjustment. Repetition strengthens habit. Habit reinforces discipline. And discipline produces results. Neglect daily practice. And even a clear purpose drifts into obscurity. Momentum is the reward of consistent action. A definite chief aim, combined with belief, persistence, discipline, and focus, creates unstoppable momentum. Challenges arise, but each is a lesson, a guide, a stepping stone. Opportunity begins to follow the persistent. Indecision and drift dissolve. Progress becomes inevitable. Remember, the lack of direction you feel is temporary. It exists only until you define your aim and commit fully. Choose today. Commit without reservation. Persist through adversity. Discipline your mind. Surround yourself with reinforcement. Visualize, act, and serve. The universe rewards clarity, persistence, and decisive action. Begin now, and watch your scattered life coalesce into extraordinary achievement. You have within you the power to transform your life. Do not delay. Do not drift. Do not hesitate. Define your purpose. Pursue it relentlessly. The world responds to the decisive, the persistent, and the focused. Your destiny awaits those who command it through action, clarity, and unwavering belief.